Three, two, one. Welcome everybody to a very early podcast. This is episode number 23 of the podcast. Today we are basically zooming to the. There were some other news that I want to go over. One I'll be going over in episode 24, which is mostly the playoffs for starting for NHL and NBA and some other stuff, and plus some CDL news. But there is one CDL news I will go over once we get to. Actually, we can talk about it now because the team that I want to talk about is the third match that we went over on Friday. Before we do that, Texas losing to Rocker, or Texas losing to Miami. I don't think that was on nobody being a card at all. I think everybody had it, this Miami team winning, or opted Texas team. What is it? Beating Miami. But in reality, if you see the score right here, it ended 31, and boy, did Texas struggle. I I never thought that like it's gonna be this way. I thought Miami was doing hate up that, but hey, if you look at this comps or if you look at the entire schedule between these teams, the hard P1, map 1, map 1 was not even close at all. And then map 3, the only close map was a control and the final hard point, and that's basically where we are at. Yeah, I know we have Surge beating Good Mates. I saw that happening. Ravens going 3-2 against Rocker in the what is it? No, not adversity, but it went back and forth. Raven Schroeder, Skyline, hard point for sure, and then Schroeder and both. And so what Raven did after this match, I don't think they did another match. They did do another match, which is on Sunday. I'll come to Sunday matchups. I'm saying a matchup that you should watch. If you want to watch a long series, watch. Of course, this match over here. I'm going to score already, so my bad. Or if you want to watch another matchup, you can watch the Miami Texas game. Which one? That game might have better one. That's almost like a better rivalry matchup. And then we move on to Saturday. Saturday we had a FaZe Texas. I had a FaZe Texas Boston Thieves. FaZe losing to Miami was not on my beat card at 31 fans. If I had that game ending 3-2, then Falcons for the first time in Falcons history, the Falcons have won a map. Or not won a map, have won a series against Texas. So Texas is on the struggle bus right now. First, we're talking about the Fade Miami. Fade Miami 3-1. Miami look dominant in the hard point. The only hard point game that maybe we recommend to watch is the two hard points. Everything else is not that bad. I thought FaZe were going to take this. I think everybody had FaZe with it. But Miami started out with a 3-0, a 9-4 map count. For everybody wanting 3-0 and 3-0 map count. The first place map count right here, I'm highlighting, is one of the most sickest things I have seen as Miami Girl. And this is the whole major. This whole major for them is this week. Is not this week. This week is the final week of matches, so we're going to predict the final week of matches. Then Sunday, which is then Sunday or Monday or something around next week, I will be predicting the major before Thursday. Go on Thursday match starts. So I think either Sunday or Monday of next week. For my one today's Friday, I will be predicting the major and we'll be predicting who wins the actual major, like sound like an actual bracket, like how I always done with our pick'ems that everybody can do for everybody. It's free. You just gotta be above the age of 18. And then after that, there is of course the major, which I predict each match each day to get a better scoreline. But hey, I'm not bad at scoreline. But Texas losing to Vegas was in reality, if you look at through all the many of what is it, the many different what is it? Once you listen to the comps of map 4, after many of the comps, you could tell that on the side of Falcons, they were happy. On the side of Texas, they were so out of it. Which I think I heard news that I don't know if it's true that Optic Texas would not be. I can't remember that. It will be Optic Texas will not be scrimming their scrims into Major 3, into I think Major 4 qualifier, into the final qualifier for Major 4, or into like those qualifiers, or into before Major 3. So saying something. So we don't know. Really, Texas is not scheduled to play at all this week. I'll talk about the 3 matches soon. But yeah, Falcon look happy. I'm proud. Falcon finally get their first win. They get 10 points, which one? I'll show you the standings once we get there. See how it look like. It's gonna be crazy. And Boston beat Grenadiers, that was on everybody's schedule. And Thieves beating Cloud9, also on everybody's schedule. So not to talk about those two matches. I recommend you guys watching. Our course or one of the top 2 matches. Either watch the Miami win or watch the Falcons win. I think more the Falcons win. You want to watch history making. But yeah. And Sunday, Holy Sunday. Sunday was Sunday. Sunday we had a 2 reverse sweeps. Falcon Rocker vs Cloud9 was a reverse sweep. Surge versus Ravens was also a reverse sweep. Demon Torture was not a reverse sweep. I recommend watching all 3 matches to the reverse sweep. We do got news about Roy Raven. Roy Raven has decided to drop. Now this one I actually can bring up. By the way, shout out to CDL Intel or yeah, shout out to CDL Intel with the news. The Roy Ravens are targeting Rex to pick up Vivid. According to news, it has been confirmed as Rex has officially joined the Royal Ravens. Come on, people are saying Purdue have replaced Rex on the Challenger team. Come on, it was a Challenger event happening, but it's being confirmed. And it has been confirmed if I look at Ravens. Dylan Rex has been welcomed to the Ravens, and we have finally said goodbye to Vivid. Vivid was the player dealing with an eye injury during the time, and we want to know what's next for Vivid. I think next for Vivid is mostly Challenger team are taking a small break. But hey, it happens. It happened that every team puts a every team drop player here and there, stuff like that. But in reality, that's what we're going to do. So we won't see how the Ravens do. Ravens don't play at all today. But in reality, they need these wins because they're in the upcoming schedule for Ravens, one of the most brutal schedules for Ravens I've seen. Ravens right now are 99 map count, 2-2. They sit above phase. They're right now in the 7th seed if the bracket went into here. For everyone, here are the standings. As the Cloud9 Rocker game was a close game. Surge versus Ravens was also a close game. But in reality, the game that we do guys talk about is a Thieves game. Thieves losing to Ultra was not my being card at all. But hey, it happens. Which it happens a lot. But here are the standings. Heretic are the only team undefeated. They have a 3-0 with 2 games left. Surge is at 3-1 with a 9-5 map count. A-3 map count for Thief with 2-1 record. A-4 map count for Boston with 2-1 record. 6-7 map count for Ultra that are 2-1. Optics are 8-8 with a 2-2 map count. Ravens are 9-9 with a 2-2 map count. FaZe are 6-7 with a 1-2 map count. Or 1-2 standings. Falcons are 5-7 with 1-2 record. Cloud9 are 3-8 with 1-2 map standings. Rocker are 9-11 with 1-3 on their standings. And then Gentlemates are 0-3 with a 2-9 map count. Which one? There are only 5 games for the final majors. Which one? Scheduled for today. Matchups are actually very. But before I predict schedule, I do want to talk about standings. I am braced to take some time. Here are the standings for people who want to see the bigger screen. You guys cannot see my screen. Here's the bigger screen right here. Bam. But if you look at the regular season standings are I gotta look at this bottom half right here. Look at the bottom half between 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can forget about 11 and 12. Look at this map between these 3. That's 30. 5 point. That's 30 points between 8 and 10. 25 points between 8 and 9. Then I don't know where you get 6, 7, and 8. Or Altair 130, which one? Locals at 6. Optic Texas, the Texans who lost to Falcons gave Falcons the first 10 points after going on a 20-game losing streak. Brutal. And then you also look at Optic. Look at Optic. 14-14, 51 and 57. Optic is struggling. People are saying right now it might come down to the fourth major for Texas. if I look at Texas' schedule, which we're going to predict the schedule right now for Texas and every other team, these matches are so important. The major is super important for every single team. And then, of course, we're looking ahead for the final week, which is Major 4 before we do champs. Champs will be June 26th to June 29th, have been already confirmed. We are heading to one of the worst locations ever. We're heading to Kitchener, Ontario, with people saying it's not Ontario, Canada, for number one. It's actually Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. It's a small city outside of Toronto. Between June 26th to June 29th. If number one, I will be in Summer School during that time. And also, it'll be after, and also, I'll be officially a new age. I'll be 21. Okay, 26 to 29. So it's a long week. It's a long break one. Don't worry, there's not the final season. There is one more, which is the EWC. Once we get closer to the EWC, which is not scheduled to like July, I think. July, early July, late August, or early July and then throughout August. I'm gonna be talking about it. But first, we for sure gotta predict our schedule. As we predict our three Friday match, or Ultra versus Miami. Do I think Miami gets an upset over Ultra? I think Miami rides the momentum and finally to beat this Ultra Scope who took down a top 30 team of Thieves. I feel like they can, but in reality, I think Miami has better momentum, and it's something happened with Miami. I am predicting Miami to win this, but I feel like it goes 5. If I'm wondering, if you could look the season, the match must start. If I go to YouTube.com, which I want to show my YouTube, it have not started. If I can find it, or if I go to CDL, it have not started. So if I go to Call of Duty, it have not started right here. Day one upcoming. It's gonna start 4:18 at 11:30. It have not started yet. So I'm not watching this and predicting at the same time. I don't know what is happening. Alright. Boston, count 9. Boston has a record of 8-4 with 2-1. Have a map count of 8-4 with 2-1 standings. Count 9, it's on 3-8 with 1-2. I think Boston gets that win, and I think Cloud 9 starts to struggle for a bit. Final matchup is Steve Grillamates. I don't think Grillamates can beat the Thieves. I think Thieves want their revenge, and Thieves want to stay. But they're 2-1. I think Thieves want to go for another win. And on Sunday, they do get a rough. Sunday, they do get as well. Interesting matchup. But we'll talk about it that once we get there. That's my Friday prediction. My Saturday predictions are Saturday, we get Vancouver versus Cloud 9. I think Vancouver gets this win. I'm just gonna put Surge. So Surge. I think Surge get that win. Miami versus Rocker. Does Miami stay undefeated? I feel like, you know what? I'm actually gonna change the prediction. I think Miami lose to Ultra, and Miami will beat Rocker. So Miami ends the record 4-1. So this standings are gonna be brutal, and it might come down to tiebreaker, map counts, and some other stuff. Gorilla Mates versus Ultra. I think Ultra wins it, and I think Gorilla Mates and record defeat. They lose all 5 of their matches. Yeah, I think yeah. Oh, that's supposed to be on Saturday, by the way. Final Saturday matchup: Vegas versus FaZe. Vegas has a record 1-2. FaZe on the other side is also at 1-2. Vegas beat FaZe? Not on my watch. Then finally, my final Sunday predictions, which are Boston versus Vegas. I think Vegas somehow gets to win against Boston. I think it's close. I think FaZe beats Texas. I think Thieves will be Ravens because this Ravens squad has been struggling a bit, but we don't know how they're gonna do with the no player, even though they barely got what is I think a couple days break, and they barely signed him on Sunday, or they barely signed him a couple days ago. So I don't know how long has Rex been playing with the Ravens. So I think Ravens will struggle to match up. Well, they do get a big break because Ravens will play Sunday as their final matchup. Right? I think Ravens are yeah. But yeah, as once again, my predictions are also Boston Thieves, Surge Miami Ultra Face, Vegas Face Thieves. And then here are the standings. Yeah. For anyone wondering, this is a very small pocket because one, I usually go more into it, but I'm recording this I'm recording this somewhat early for me, and plus I'm very hungry, so that's that. I will say that one I can announce that some EW World, that some EW World Club that's 2024. I was gonna watch out for the ads. The EW World, remember when if the EW World Cup, I will be watching almost every single matchup. I love esports so much, but one, I don't think none of these. There are some of these who have already announced tournament formats. I gotta close some ads. Oh wow, most of these have non format. So Valorant has announced their. Also, I can look at through many of these. Okay, so I can go through all of these and check. All right, so Apex has Apex on the format. Apex have not announced the format or team yet. Crossfire, it's almost like Counter Strike, but not really. Crossfire has not announced the format, but have announced their teams. They announced how teams can qualify. Free Fire, it's a battle royale game. Have not announced the prize team, but only 2 team. Wait, what? Have not announced a team, but I think it'll be more team. Overwatch, I don't think they have announced it because they're basically focusing on their first. I should talk about the other. Oh no, never. I'm watching the OWCS right now, so that's why I can talk about it. But they have announced their team. Rocket League have announced their format and their teams, how they're going to do it, or have not announced their team, their format. As I'm getting ads, so I gotta mute the end. It's a it's bracket group. Basically, it's a 4 team. It's 4 groups of 4, and it's a elimination bracket. It's basically a GSL bracket. Here's the format. And my computer froze. Yep, my computer froze. All right. Give me 1 sec, you guys. Why I wait for my computer to unfreeze. But yeah, I will be talking about EW World Cup. EW World Cup is scheduled to it's scheduled from wow, it's very late. Okay, my computer back. Valorant has now their format. The format is for double animation GSL, which is 2 team events to be determined who. It's actually a GSL format. Basically, you win 2 for you. It's basically a double animation. It's basically a double animation bracket. Basically the same format of Rocket League. Oh yeah, yeah, they announced their start. Their start date is right here on the right hand side, right here where my mouse is. It is from July 8th to August 24th. Okay, that's Veterans Call of Duty. I know we already talked about BO6. There's nothing for Warzone, so I cannot click on it. Okay, my computer wanna keep freezing. Dota 2 has it on. The format is 3 phases, which I'm ready to see their final frame. The phases are 4 groups of 4 teams in a round robin. Each top teams from each bracket advance to phase 3. From each group advance to phase 2. Which one? They already announced people who qualify. Their defending champion, people from Asia, West Europe for their qualifier, then their point system for the actual professional league. Which on phase 2, phase 3 not here, so I'm ready to check what is phase 2, phase 3. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to watch all matches, but when it'll be brutal. Ooh, that's not what I'm doing. Okay, that's Dota. Honor Kings, a game that I love. Which their format is simple. It's a 16. I gotta keep closing the ads. I'm just gonna zoom in so I don't see that. Okay, so 16 team will be split into 4 GSL BO3s. With our best of 3 for each group. Group winner advance to playoff. Group runner advance to last chance. Last chance 4 team will be drawn into 2 matchups. Teams play a single BO5 winner, qualify for playoff, and the playoff KPL and ACL winner enter this stage. BO and it's a BO7. For wondering what are the KPL and ACL winners, basically are basically 2 professional leagues. One of them is a professional league, one of them is the Asian Champion League. So basically, two teams are given a bye. Everybody else will be started here. The GSL, the last chance is basically 2 single elimination matches. You win, and playoffs. PUBG Mobile, I don't think they announced their thing yet. They have. It's a group stage. 24 teams, top 8 event to grand final, bottom 16 events to survival stage, 16 teams, top 8 events to grand final. It's basically almost like a free for all, but it's VR. So I'm ready to watch this. And I love PUBG. I used to compete in PUBG a while ago. Remember watch that episode and talk about my thing. Sim Racing have not announced their format. Chess has announced their format, which is weird seeing chess. But online chess, there are 3 people already qualified, which are 3 well-known chess people. Which is the other man they have announced their format. It's a GSL bracket. And that's gonna be weird at. And then it's gonna make a bracket. That's gonna be a weird ass bracket. I wonder how they're gonna do that. EA Sports, which is soccer or football. But announced their league have announced their format. Which one? The league is so close to seeing people qualify. Once they end this stage, this basically before MSI. After MSI is 8 lower seed team from each group has 4 teams. All matches are to be determined, which is to be announced. Top 2 from each group of payout. Single match is top 4 seed, which is based top 4 from MSI or their Mid-Season Invitation, which is the big event for League of Legends for everybody who watched that. And 4 qualified teams, basically 14 top 2 from each group, will compete in a single elimination bracket. So that's really cool for League. Which is better. It's longer formats, like it's way longer, but makes sense because of how the changes for what the league did, making we lost the LCS, we made the LTA, and the LTA South North, PUBG, Parallel Battleground, the mobile version, it should be determined, but it might be the same thing as PUBG Mobile, but to be determined. StarCraft 2, interesting giveaway. However, 2 was literally just announced, but when they're using all matches are to be determined, talk to each group, which one they're doing the dual tournament format, which is basically here dual tournament. Dual tournament is a competitive format to basically use in group stage tournament. During StarCraft 1, basically reading. And basically, oh wow, oh, here is the format. Four player or of the group are split into 2 pairs of competitors who play each other in opening match, generally best of 3 or best of 1 match. Winner of the 2 matches will play each other in the winner match, generally best of 1s. The victor of this winner match places first in the group and generally advances to the next stage. The loser of the initial groups face each other in the loser matchup, generally best of 1. The loser of this matchup places before in the group and generally eliminated. The loser winner match and the winner of the loser match will face each other in a fifth or tiebreaker match, generally best of 1. The winner tiebreaker match takes the second place birds in the group and generally advances, and the loser is out. And here's an example. It's basically a weird. It's basically a GSL format. But yeah, it's basically a GSL format. So that's the pay stage, and there's a group stage, which is a double elimination bracket. All matches are to be determined. Top 4 events to playoff, and then playoff is single elimination. Here's how people can qualify. Which the returning champ is welcome back. And yeah, so basically a double elimination bracket. What next? Counter Strike. Counter Strike CS2. Their format is literally just a big 16 single animation bracket. Like, I mean it. It's one of the most gorgeous brackets I've seen. Fighters, different fighting games, all of them have been announced finally. So Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 is all the people who will be automatically bound. And to be determined format, I think they're going to do like some type of bracket. Tekken 8 to be determined, but here all the people are qualified. Or how they can qualify. And then, what is it? Fate of Furry City of Wolf. I've never heard of this game before. It's going to be interesting to watch. And yeah, so that's to be determined because one of the formats will be. Many of these formats had just been announced today. There's a whole bunch of other games that should have been here, but people are sad they're not here. MLB Mid-Season Cup. Here's how people qualify. So I'm gonna keep posting this. And then there's a wild card, which is to be determined how they're gonna do the format. I don't think have they announced the format? No, they announced format. For one deter one including every pro qualification, how you can qualify. So that's cool. Rainbow Six, for anybody who love Rainbow Six, which is to be determined the format, right? Yeah, the format is to be announced soon, which I'm guessing it is 2 groups of 8. They pay and a 8-team elimination bracket top 4 from each group event, and they're playing the single elimination bracket. So I'm guessing. And then Teamfight Tactics, which one I don't think they have announced it, the format or anything like that. They announced 2 players, but they have not announced like their format or anything like that. And then we already know like some, and then we already know when some match will begin. So basically, the first matches will start early. Oh, and something mentioned Fortnite is out of here. 113 is out of here. Come action. They're always a new call. New to the 25. BO6 is new. Chess is new. Fire new. Peter Fury City of Wolves is new. So I'm ready to hear that. And Valorant is new. And prices changing. They added 1 million to League of Legends. Plus 500,000 to Rocket League. Plus 250. Counter Strike. Cape Con qualification for Street Fighter 6. For anybody who knows Street Fighter 6, know what Cape Con is. And they took away 300,000 from StarCraft and 2 million from Dota 2. Wow. And then EWC venues are held in 6 different arenas, each occupied by 1 game at a time. Terror games may also operate in the backstage. Here is how that will be happening so far. So week 1, it's like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, week 7. So week 1 we have Valorant. You got the Fatal Fury. You got Apex. We got Random Sports. I don't know what that is. We had the wild card from MLB Bang. And we got Dota 2 happening in the backstage of these events. And I was saying, and then in week 2, we have League, Dota, Free Fire, MLB Bang, the actual matches. OW2 LCQ. And then it's Honor Kings and backstage. Man, they put Honor Kings in backstage. That disrespect to that game. But really makes sense to hear there. In week 3, we got some BO6. We got some HOK. We got some PUBG Mobile. We got StarCraft 2. We got some Chess LCQ. And then we got some MLB. We got the mid-season cup for MLBB. Oh, no. So what's this MLBB? This is for the women's. There's MLBB Women Invitational for the women's team, and their MLBB for the guys. The mid-season cup. For the mid-season cup, it's right here. The MLBB Women Invitational for one. That's basically their championship for those girls. Okay, so that. Week 4, we got Overwatch on Arena 1. Arena 2 will be MLBB Bang. Arena 3, which will mostly be ours. will be PUBG Mobile ML4, which is a theater. Which none of these theaters are none of these arenas are gorgeous. I've seen it watched on AWC 2024. Search up Esport World Cup 2024. You guys can see what I'm talking about. It will be chess. I'm also looking to time about 30 minutes. EAFC LCQ will be infested in the big stage for the next couple weeks. 2025 will be EAFC, the actual event. R6 in Arena 2. Warzone will be in the BR for week 5. Nothing in the theater. And then the festive area will be Tekken 8, LCQs. And nothing backstage. Rocket League will be in Arena 1 for week 6. Tekken will be in Arena 2. PUBG will be in Arena 3 for everybody. This is PUBG Mobile, and this is PUBG. T5 Tactics will be in Arena 4. Then Street Fighter 6 will be in the festive arena, nothing backstage. Then week 7, final weeks, we have CS2. We have some FS6, and there are 2 arenas. Nothing in BR done. Arena 3 will be Crossfire, which I'm ready to see what is Crossfire. I think it's like Counter-Strike, but not really. And then nothing festive or backstage. And then, of course, there is, and then there's some foreign cool stuff for the World Championship cycle, which is Overwatch, their missing tournament. Same thing with Honor Kings, their missing tournament, and also might be qualification for the HOK International Championship. Same thing with PUBG Mobile. There's the missing and chance to qualify to PUBG Mobile Global Championship. Or it's the for mobile blaming, it's the missing tournament for the guys. For the women, it's the Women's World Championship. Crossfire is their missing tournament. Free Fire is the missing tournament. Then there might be a chance to qualify for the Free Fire while they're in the final. PUBG, you contain circuit points, and usually determine teams at the PUBG Global Championship. So their points right there. Then comp, and then for Street Fighter 6, there is championship qualified for Capcom 12 and other circuit. This is the ending for the ESL Pro Tour season final. This is Ren Sport R1 event. I have no idea what Ren Sport is. That'll be cool. And chess, this is the final for chess, which is the champion chess tour grand final. And then more championship events might be added later. And also might be some side tournament happening without to be determined. And organizations, here are some organizations that are in the top 8. And then other signups. That's defense. I'm happy. And here, oh, so yeah, have fun, and to chill with your team. Hopefully, have fun. So there is a whole bunch of cool stuff happening here and there. Which one? A whole bunch of these are still to be determined. I can see many teams are still determined. They qualify or not because many of these are qualifications. For example, LC. For example, if I go to League of Legends, for League of Legends, you gotta get top 2 in your. You gotta win your region for the North and South to qualify, and then some other implication for like other regions. And then every other region have to be determined. So to be determined, qualify. The only people that have been qualified are teams qualifies for, or unless your team won the old event. So if your team won the old event, your team has qualified, or if there are qualifications here and there. But there's a lot of teams for people wondering. And here is how it's gonna happen. So opening ceremony. And Apex is from July. And here's week 1 right here. So go down to week 1, Blizzard. Yeah. Shout out Liquid Play for this. And there are a whole bunch of streams. Like, there's a whole bunch of streams. I think it's blue or qualifying in the Gold Championship. So you just want to watch the final. You look, where is it? But really, I'm crazy enough. I have seen everything at all. But yeah. That's basically all I have for you guys. It was supposed to be short. Whoa, you guys saw this? But I went a little just crazy, and I used some time. It much better than any right here before I get close to an hour. I have been doing the podcast for now. Well, oh, I should say this. For everyone wondering, this is not my first podcast I've done. Like first ever podcast. I have done another podcast. If people can find that one, I wish you good luck. That way, there's nothing to show that it is me. Good luck finding it. It's me when I was back in high school. So it's a couple year difference from where I'm at now. So then, I'll see you guys later. Thanks guys for watching. This has been the Minecraft Podcast, episode 23. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace. See you guys later, guys.